Yeah, I think the thing I'm really struck by in many of the organizations I work with is everybody has been so managed and evaluated and surveyed and overseen and rewarded and so on that, really what we've been producing are bad robots. Good soldiers, bad robots. And then leaders turn around in a very volatile, disrupted market and say, why aren't my people more creative? Well, they started life creative and they somehow ended up as these sort of bad robots, good soldiers that we see. And so I'm really struck by the need to start thinking differently about what work is, how we approach work. And for me, because I spent the first half of my career in radio, television, and film, I'm much more interested now in how we get people to think like artists. And there's a lot of cliche and nonsense around what that is. People think artists are children, that they're disorganized, that they're kind of weak, soft people. And my experience, having worked with some of the greatest poets, writers, playwrights, actors, directors, designers in the world, is that these are the most disciplined, driven, self-motivated, courageous people I've ever worked with. And I think we need to rethink where a valid model for leadership comes from. I think we've lost trust in institutions because the institutions lost trust in us to some degree. They thought we were idiots and we could be lied to. And they were right. For a while we were gullible. We fell for bad arguments. We fell for tricky dossiers. We fell for governments and companies that lied to us. And the consequence of that is that nobody believes anybody anymore. And the victim here is thinking, which is we somehow think now that, well, we don't care about the data, we don't care about experts, we don't care about anything, so anything we think is as valid as anything else. Well, that's not true. I don't think anybody really wants to have an operation done by a surgeon who just has opinions about how to do the surgery. So I think there, across the conference as a whole, I think there was a real call for, let's get back to hardcore, rigorous, courageous thinking. Because that really is the basis of trust in yourself and in others. Whether employers want to foster creativity, I think, is unclear. What seems very clear to me is that they have really erred on the side of, if you like, kind of assurance and compliance. They believed that what they could measure was what mattered. And my hunch is that what matters is the stuff that can't be measured. And so there's a point at which we have to understand that the only way we're going to understand the system in which we operate is to give people more freedom, not less. Remove some of the systems and constraints that we've engineered, and give people more freedom to experiment and learn. Because we don't really know what we need in our organizations. So we all have to be prepared to try stuff and see what happens next. Nobody has the faintest idea what the future of work looks like. And the people who say they do are just selling something. It's just propaganda. Now, it's easy to be fazed by that uncertainty. And if it makes you anxious, then that also makes you gullible to people who are peddling fake certainty. My view, and I think the view of artists, is uncertainty is possibility. It means it's up to you.